Hi, everyone. I'm Karen Curry Parker. Welcome to the Understanding Human Design podcast. I am here today with Lisa Cheatham, jewelry maker extraordinaire, and we're going to be talking about human design and her line of jewelry that she's created, in addition to talking about her transformational life coaching work, her emotional acceptance practitioner work, and how she's been integrating human design into the love, the heart, the transformation, the joy, the service that she brings to the world in this broad spectrum of creativity. So I know when we do these podcast interviews, we're all supposed to talk about like human design. How did you learn human design? And tell me about coaching. But I kind of want to like jump straight into the jewelry piece, but I'll curb my enthusiasm for just a minute. So talk to me. Tell me about how you first encountered human design. That's one of my favorite stories I love to hear from people.
Yeah. So first of all, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Annalena Stern, who is another practitioner, she and I have been together. We've been working together for a couple of years now. We met through another coach. And recently she just became completely engulfed in human design. And you have to check it out. You have to check it out. She was so excited about it. And, you know, I'm thinking another shiny object. Okay. But, you know, immediately it was like, wow, this could really be like that missing piece. Like, it's just so cool to take different things and put them into your toolkit and how things really come together. And I just love the human design part where it's really about who you are and understanding that that's really just kind of part of your DNA. Like, it's just who you are. Mm-hmm. And so Annalena has really, she's the one who introduced me.
So I'm curious because I know that, I mean, yes, you do jewelry and you love to escape to the city, to your studio, but I want to know, and I'm asking this as somebody who started off on my own personal journey as a coach first. I actually was one of the first coaches trained in the world way before. I mean, I always joke, we did coaching before we called it coaching. And human design really, really changed the way I coach. How has adding human design into your toolkit changed the way in which you coach?
I think that it's just such an important tool to understand a person just on a different level. And just the strategies and the types and, you know, how you operate. How I love that you just can look at something, how you sleep best, what you need for work, how's the best way for you to parent a certain type. Just having that added information just really benefits a coach in coaching somebody else. And so you can really use your other tools effectively using that as a guide.
Mm-hmm. Totally. I think, you know, when I think about, to me, it takes a guesswork out of coaching because, you know, one sort of swoop of your eyes can almost instantly know, oh, this is where this person is stuck. This person is stuck. And this person has to bring, we can get rid of who they thought they were and move them into a more lively expression of who they are.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. You're freezing up on me a bit. I don't know if I'm freezing on you.
I said that. To start back that last sentence. It's still freezing. Hang on a second. Yeah, we are definitely having adventures in Wi-Fi today. All right, I'll try that. I switched to the
now. I think it's working now.
Yeah, I just switched over to the other modem. I have two modems. So I have my emergency backup modem. Okay. All right, I will make a note here. So I will just kind of start where I left off there before I saw that I froze. So I think that, you know, when you have human design in your toolkit as a coach, what it does is it really gives you a map. It really helps you just kind of in a very quick overview, look at where's your client stuck? Why are they stuck? What are some of the energy dynamics that might keep them experiencing what I like to call a hijacking of their personal energy and
Mm.
path, so that they can really start to look at, and this is where, coaching comes in. We can really start to look at how do we get them disentangled from all those things they thought they were that they aren't, and move them, with this map that we have towards the fulfillment of the true story of who they are.
Yeah.
Coaching. Let's talk about bangles and gold and
Oh.
I have to just start first and really ask you, how did you get started in jewelry in the first place?
Jewelry in the first place. So I've always been artistic. So I used to have an interior design company, and then a painting. I used to do faux painting and decorative painting. And then I had 4 kids, and I didn't do anything for quite some time.
I have to just do timeout. There's no such thing as, I had 4 kids and I didn't do anything for some time. That's an oxymoron. Keep going.
Right. I didn't do anything outside of the home for quite some time. And then when my twins went to kindergarten, they were the final 2. I'm sorry, I have construction. The final 2 went to kindergarten. I was like, I really need to tap into this creative part again, but I didn't want to do interior design. And I just thought, you know what, why not make jewelry? I went online, I found a school, Jewelry Arts Institute in New York City. I went there probably the next week, lit a torch, and I was like, I'm in heaven. I love this. And I've been doing it ever since. Yeah. So it's been about 9 years now. I've been making jewelry.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So do you work mainly like in gold and silver? Do you work with stones? Tell me a little bit about your preferred creative expression in jewelry.
I work with 22 karat gold. That is my favorite. I love the color. I got this ring right here I just made recently. I love the color. It's just so bright and yellow, and it has really some substantial weight to it. Everything I'm wearing is 22. But it has some weight to it. The color is so beautiful. It's just unlike anything you really see typically in the States. And it has an energy to it. Like you can feel there's something really magical about wearing it. And most of my clients, they feel it right away. They can feel like this energy, and they feel like they're really wearing something very special that is energetically feeling good as well as just looking good.
That's beautiful. So I have to know, your bangles are actually on sale in the Human Design Store. Yeah, you've got them on, and they sound lovely too. So you've got the new human design names, the quantum human design names on these bangles. How did you go from, hey, I think I'm going to take this beautiful 22 karat gold that has this richness and this quality of energy, and I'm going to turn it into human design jewelry? How did you make that leap?
So I know that the 22 karat gold, it's not everybody's cup of tea. It's really what I love. And so I make what I love. But most people that see it, they love it. But when I was doing the human design, I just loved the fact that and I love mixing metals. So I never really plated silver before, because I don't like when jewelry wears off, when you buy something that's plated and it starts wearing off. I finally found a plater who does microplating, and it stays on, it won't come off. And so now I'm plating it in 22 karat gold. So I'm still keeping that beautiful rich color, and it's silver, but it's plated. And you see this engraving on this, typically you don't see engraving that is that deep, and it's usually just scratching the surface. So that's what I love about these. It's really a powerful piece. You have Alchemist, you have Time Bender, and then on the skinnier bangles, I have the strategies, wait to respond, or wait for recognition and invitation, visualize and inform. I have all the different strategies. So it's really fun. You can mix the metals. But this is not to say I won't make these in gold. or in 22 karat gold. I plan on making it for myself in gold. But I thought that it's a nice way to just introduce yourself to the jewelry, and you can add to it. So you can start off with some silver pieces or plated in black rhodium, which I left the black rhodium bracelet in the studio, but this is a textured black rhodium, but it looks really nice with gold. So you can mix the metals. You can do a solid gold bracelet, bangle in 18, 22, whatever you want. But I thought it was just a nice way to start off, like with the silver. And then I found the plater who can do the 22, and it just looks really beautiful.
Well, and I love the engraving because I think because of the depth of it, it gives it a really nice sort of organic feel, even though it's really a soft and flowy font. I think that's really, are you doing that by hand?
No, I'm not doing that by hand. Typically, I do most of my jewelry by hand. I melt everything down and make it. With this line, I'm doing partial by hand and partial not. But yes, the engraving is actually one of my favorite parts because you just don't see anything like this on jewelry. And you really, like, it's so nice. Like when you're out and something happens, like to look down at your wrist and you just remember, oh, this is my strategy, wait to respond. And this is a life changer for me. The strategy and then the reminder,
Right. Yeah, totally. I think too, it's so much more elegant. When I first learned human design, this is a green pen, but I had like a red felt tip pen. And every morning I would write out like, wait to respond, envision first. I had my little thing and I'd write it on my arm. And then finally, I actually got the 22nd hexagram tattooed on my arm. So I'd remember that. And so I think a bangle is probably a lot prettier than a red felt tip pen, a lot more elegant than a red felt tip pen. And certainly, you have a little bit of wiggle room if you decide you don't want it on your arm anymore. Right. Not a tattoo, but of course they're gorgeous, and they're, I love just again the straight lines and the.
And it's so different than my other jewelry because I usually do like real like textured jewelry. That's part of my power collection, which is another story. But I love the smoothness of this, the clean lines, and then that really beautiful engraving. It's very different, and it's just completely for quantum human design. So
yeah, totally. And as I said, I'm pretty honored and pretty touched that you went ahead and just jumped into the new language. That's pretty sweet for me personally. So thank you.
And I'm making some rings too.
Oh, really?
I'm in the middle of designing some rings as well. But I really want to keep it where you can see it. Like pendants I'll do if you want, but I feel like the power of it is when you can see it and look down during the day. Totally. Be reminded,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I can't think of a better way to remind yourself than 22 karat gold. Awesome. Well, I'm also really excited because you have just featured your new product, your bangles, in the Human Design store just in time for Thanksgiving, holiday season, holiday shopping, Christmas, Hanukkah, and anything else, just for fun too. You don't have to wait for a holiday to treat yourself.
Right.
But we have put together in the Human Design store a whole collection of products and services, and we really carefully have vetted the products that we put in there because Michelle and I both we're the founders of Grace Point. We really felt so strongly that, especially this year, and in general, we need to start in how we consume and what we buy and what we purchase. And I think people are really wanting something that's meaningful and enduring and sustainable. So the products that we have in the store are really carefully cultivated to support people in really being able to tap into things that create meaning and ways in which you can share and give meaning to others. So I'm just going to share with you guys, it's a little bit of a long sort of link to the store. So get your pen handy, if you will, and we'll write this out. The link to the Human Design Store is www.humandesignstore.com. That part's easy. /store/ and then it's Tagili. Is that how you say
Tagili,
that?
Yeah, Tagili Designs.
Okay, so Tagili-designs / So we'll make sure we post this when we post the interview. So Tagili Design. So humandesignstore.com /store / Tagili-designs. So
I think that
is
if you
there,
go into the store, you can just type in jewelry and
yeah,
it
that's way easier.
might be easier. And also, just talking about giving back, I want to mention that I give back a portion of the proceeds to a local women's shelter here in New York, unless somebody has another charity they want to donate to.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for that. Well, I am so excited that when your kids went to school, you decided to go to the jewelry studio. And I'm actually really excited that you do 22 karat gold because I love 22 karat gold. So I'm
It is
excited
my
about that too. It is. Are you a Leo by chance?
No, I'm a Scorpio.
See, yeah, I think it's a Leo Scorpio thing. The depth of the richness. So
Mm. And
anyway,
it just feels so good.
totally.
Yeah.
So, Lisa, thank you so much for joining us. I'm just really excited to have you in our human design family. I'm so excited to share your work with the world. And it's just been really fun to have a little bit of time to get to know you and to just be in your creative flow for a little bit.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. I can't wait to make more jewelry and
We can help you with that.
yeah, I'll do whatever finishes you want and whatever metal. So
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
thank you. Thank you so much for having me.